What's up guys, MCJ here, Matt Jones back with another video on Power Automate, and today we're looking at the SharePoint connector and we're going to look at the SharePoint action, which is create folder. So this action creates a folder inside a SharePoint document library. Folders are used to store documents. There are a lot of debates on whether you should use folders or searching and other things, but this action is going to create a folder. I come from a Windows background, so folders make sense to me, no matter what the SharePoint people say. So let's get into it and let's look at how to create a folder through Power Automate. So in Power Automate here, I've got a manual trigger because I don't need to pull any dynamic content from any other actions. I'm going to click on the Add button, which is just been updated, by the way, to just automatically open the Actions pane, which is handy. We'll search for SharePoint. Click on See More, and then we'll scroll down until we get to Create New Folder. So this action is going to ask us for a few different parameters. It's going to ask us for a site address, so this is where your SharePoint document library is. So we're going to go to our MCJ site 1 that we've been using for testing in other videos. From there, we'll get a cascading drop-down that will show us all the different areas inside of that list or library that we can create it. So we're going to create it in our MCJ document library here. And then a folder path. So it says example folder 1 / folder 2, folder 3. So we can add in a folder here. So we'll call this MCJ test PA folder. There is one advanced parameter that we can add onto it, which is limit columns by view. So we can avoid the column threshold issue by using the defined columns. So we can say, hey, do we want to specify the columns in a column view that we've already set up? So I've shown this in previous videos, but that's what this bit does. So we'll leave that blank for now. So use all columns, do not limit. And then we'll test this out. So we'll click on test. We'll choose manual, we'll go down to publish and test, which again is a new button that they've updated recently, so you don't need to publish it now before testing, just one click. We'll run the flow, click done, and we can see it saved successfully, and we can see a bunch of details here. So we get a 200 status code, some headers and some bodies, and we can see a few different pieces of information in here. So if I go over to my SharePoint library, we can see our MCJ test PA folder 1 was created just a few seconds ago, and that is a nice blank folder. Now, one thing did kind of make me a bit curious, and not something that I tested, but something that I thought I'd try out in this video. The hint text here said you could actually preface this with /. So I wonder if I did something like this, and we'll call this test folder 1, and then we'll call this sub folder, and we'll call this sub folder. I was wondering whether this would create multiple folders in like a cascade, or whether it would just create 3 different folders. Let's find out, which is why not do things live on video when you've not tested them. So we'll run this again, run the flow, click done. Flow ran successfully. We can see that, so we'll go back here, go back to our document library here, and we've got, might need to refresh this. So now we have folder 1, and then we have a subfolder, and then we have a subfolder. So that did exactly what I thought it would. So it created the top level folder first, then created the subfolder, then created the subfolder. So it's really handy. You don't need to create one at a time and then like update the path and update the direction. You can actually create all the folders that you want. So this is really handy if you ever have times where you need to create one or more folders. So say you want to standardize your SharePoint in terms of folders, and every time a new record is created somewhere, you want to create a folder with that name on it, but then with that name of that, maybe potentially that customer, but then you want to create some subfolders for things like documents or images or invoices or something like that. And that's where I think that sort of functionality would be really, really useful. But let me know what you think. Do you still use folders? Do you not use folders? Do you use searching? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, if you could like it and share it with your friends, that'd be appreciated. If you've not already, click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my latest videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.